So here we are at Advanced Manual Therapy with Dr. Mike, who gave me a lot of attention for this year's Olympia. I was in here helping fix some issues I had with a lot of scar tissue in my leg. Okay, so I was fortunate enough to hook up with Mike, who is definitely one of the best therapists, if not the best, here in Las Vegas Valley. One of the few with the credentials to be the best therapist here. So I'm going to let him talk a little bit about what it took to make my body back to the winning physique that took the Olympia this year. And of course, he was there to support me and gave me a lot of extra time, probably the most time of any patient that he's had. And he told me from day one, he says, I will fix you to be 100% for the Olympia. He made that promise to me, and he says, I'll give you all the time that it takes to be 100% for the competition. So
it's my pleasure, buddy. Well, I'm Mike Grant, TC. I have my doctorate in physical therapy, manual therapy certified, and I have a master's in occupational therapy. And I met Jay at the gym. I was working out, doing squats next to him, and
not as much weight, of course.
Almost. But after his set, I saw him stop and grimace and grab his leg and his back and his butt a little bit, and that stopped me from doing what I was doing. I started asking him what was going on. He told me about a previous injury he had many years ago, and he just hasn't been the same since. And he's been struggling with muscle development and pain and structure. And I checked him out real quick, and I saw some deficits that I thought I could fix, and I told him what I would do for him if he came in. And he came in a couple of days later, and that's when it all started. And the biggest thing I saw was just biomechanical dysfunctions, like the pelvis not being lined up properly, muscle development not being done right, muscles adhering to each other, scar tissue developed where the injury was, so a lot of the fibers weren't developing and moving the way they should be as he's training. With someone as athletic as him and his activities that he does and his bodybuilding, it's very important that all the fibers are working, are similar in size on both, and symmetrical in size on both sides of the body. So that's pretty much what we started addressing, was all the dysfunctions and all the impairments, until he started getting everything growing the way it should be growing and moving the way it was moving. And by the time he was ready for Mr. O, he was in prime shape.
So I spent a lot of time here. I mean, we spent how many sessions? I mean, it's countless hours. I mean, I spent, 3 hours a day?
It was about 2-3 hour sessions, about 4 days a week.
A lot of pain.
A lot of sweat.
And he would have to take, I would come at the end of the day so he could strip down into his tank top and work on me, because it was a lot of different, it was a lot of harder work than he was used to doing on a lot of the other patients here.
His muscles are a little bigger than most of the patients I work with, so it took a little bit extra, just a little bit extra work on my behalf.
So I just want to, say thank you to Dr. Mike for making me the best that I could be this year, and of course to the staff here for the great support that they gave me on winning the third title, which was thought to be impossible, but we made it all happen. This is part of my team that got me to the top once again.
We're going for number 4 next.
Yes, number 4.